Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing well. So I know a lot of this is repetitive for a lot of you guys, but repetition works. And a lot of times, in order to reprogram, you gotta just keep on doing it. That's how you get stronger, is you keep on working out. And sometimes you gotta do the same exercises for a while until you get it down, and then you can move on. So, anywho, here it goes. So, okay, we're dealing with the most high, or most light high. I've been thinking about it, and I like the light and the heavy, because anyway, so we got the most light high and the most heavy low, and energy, vibration, frequency. What direction are we going in? It's really all about showing and improving. Progress, not perfection. As we are all perfectly imperfect. That's the way I like to see it. So with the 42 laws of Ma'at, this gives us a way to go. To strive to be. The times we in be more of the most low, and so we all kind of are messed up, and our energies aren't as high as they could / can and were designed to be. But it's all part of divine timing, so all is as should be. Karma dictates we put ourselves here and we create our own heaven and hell, our own reality. So what do we pay attention to? I'm just asking in general because that's what manifests in your life. If we keep on paying attention to this hellish reality and everything about it and all this and that, that's what's going to continue to perpetuate. So the most high way is the heavenly, aka good way. The most low is the hellish way, aka bad. So I think us, I'm trying to connect to, people known as star seeds, the indigo children, the crystalline beings, the rainbow seeds, et cetera, et cetera. There's many names, but it's really just peeps that want to help out. I don't really like labeling, names or anything like that too much, but there is a collection of us, that I think are here to be, the example or, so-called leaders or to help pave the way for the rest of humanity and really all of life and creation too. So again, this is a message for everybody, but specifically trying to reach these type of people. So we're here to help transmutate. I think we're here to help transmutate the perception of humanity, from a profit-driven system to a love-based, right way, moral, good value system. Again, I'm not trying to get too particular and specific on things, but just moving away from the lower, the denser, the more negative, selfish, indulgent way of living to, the opposite, to a more harmonious, to a lighter, to a less consumptive, to a more positive, to a more creative way of living, right way, morals, values. So anyway, down here with the most, heavy low direction. So, the USA is a corporation, not a government. They have a Duns and Bradstreet number, and I can look it up somewhere if somebody really wants to find it, which is essentially a business ID, So they are a fraudulent government, fake in that they appear to care and be for our good. And in the deeper aspect of things, they, are for the good, but the good that they are comes not really until we see them for who they are and also then see ourselves for who we are and come here as and to be. So yeah, so-called sin, porn, murder, greed, exploitation, enabling, neglect, sloth, deception, theft, adultery, abuse, rape, terrorism, etc., 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 all have a cause and effect. A part of the cause is from the programming we have had since birth. This goes into television shows, the school, the whole education system, movies, music, food, etc., etc., etc. There's so many different, a lot of it comes from those main things, but and that turns into our rituals, and then we do these jobs and work these things that we're not happy with that feed into these things, and then we watch these things and do these jobs and create these type of patterns that are just, promoting a sinful or a heavier, lower vibrational frequency for ourselves and who we are, and we emit that and essentially become that to a lesser or greater extent. And that's what we're seeing happening in the world. So all these activities have been designed to entice and even encourage our sinful nature. You can look into the music and some of the beats that they use in certain songs and the lyrics they use. They know how to put them in just the right way to where it does just trigger that part of the brain, and it continues to grow. And I'm sure they do this with video games and movies, and I'm sure the foods, the different types of metals and processing ingredients or additives that they use probably have a very similar effect. And then you can go into the heavy metals they put into the air, and you know, the electronic signals from all the Wi-Fi, and they use all these things to keep us at a certain energetic frequency, you know, so that they can control us and use us as a battery. So, anyways, but again, it's all for us to learn that that's what they are here to do, and also for us to realize that as soon as we take the power back by stop feeding them our power and stop paying them attention, stop buying into their world and their rituals, you know, we can get it back. But we have to stop. We can't keep feeding the beast. It's like an addict. And once you realize you have a problem, okay, that's the first step, is acknowledging you have the problem. And then you take steps to move away from the problem. So now I'm here trying to acknowledge that we have a problem and share the message with humanity, and then, you know, the next step is to take steps away. But it's going to take time, because clearly, you know, the whole world is dependent on this system. So we have to start from the ground up and develop a whole new infrastructure and way of doing, you know, everything, really, which I think is actually really cool, you know, as much work as it sounds. But you have to realize there's a lot of people on the planet, so there's plenty of people. We just need to learn how to work together and cultivate that perception that's conducive for good construction. So all right, so our fake government is, you know, profit driven, and so we have, you know, all these activities. Yeah, okay, so we have been brought up to think that making more money is the right and even good / moral thing to do. You know, however, when that money we make, you know, enables and supports the satanic system, is that good? You know, question mark. Answer: no. You know, I mean, it's not good. It's good for us to learn that it's not good and to grow and to change from that. You know, especially. I mean, at the times that we're in, the reason why I'm talking about this right now is because we are seeing the whole world change. And, you know, in the grand scheme of things, there's moments when, you know, this stuff needs to play out, but there's climax and critical points of change and transmutation and storylines where, you know, it's like you got to hit the point or you miss the mark. You know, timing is everything. And the timing now is for us to realize that these systems, it's either you're going to become the system or you got to create your own system, you know, and the system that I want to create is all about the 42 laws of Ma'at, the most high way of doing things, the good way, the moral way, the creative way. So, all right, I love you all. Hope you guys have a good day. All right, peace.